Ladies and gentlemen, gather around. Today on the other side with Mike G, we have a familiar face. A fighter who has thrown more hands than Santa has thrown candy canes off of a parade float. He is a legend in the cage and a blessing in the street. Known worldwide as the Young Assassin, but this holiday season he's stepping into a new role, community support specialist. He's here today spreading joy and second choices. Welcome back to the show, Melvin Guillard. How are you doing, Melvin? I screwed that up.
That's good, man. What's going on, y'all? I'm chilling, man. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. You know what I mean? Feels good. It feels good to be on this side of things for a change.
You look different indoors.
Well, I mean, I look good in many aspects of my life, man.
your last, I think maybe all three of the times you were on before you were outside.
Yeah, I was. I'm chilling in my room right now, guys. It's been a long day, a little emotional, but it's been pretty good, you know.
Hell yeah, man. Um, what are your what are some of your best memories of the holidays? Take me back to being a kid. Maybe your favorite present, maybe your favorite food. What makes you happy at holiday time?
Family, man. Spending that time, my brothers and sisters, all my nieces and nephews. Growing up, man, it was more. Shit. I mean, I remember I got my first weight bench, um, and me, one of my best friends, Johnny Wells. I literally took my bed out of my room, took furniture out of my room, set up my weight set. My dad put these big old wall mirrors on both sides of the room from a job he had. Even put one on the ceiling for me, and I was a freshman in high school. I literally threw my bed out, put my weight set in there. Me and my friend Johnny Wells and Jamie Shell, that was our workout room, you know. So when I left school from football or wrestling, I went home, I worked out more. Um, I think it was probably the best thing ever happened to me because I was so focused all the ways on like sculpting my body to perfection to what I wanted to be. Um, and I feel in my heart I've accomplished that. I mean, I have the perfect physique, the perfect height, perfect build. Um, but I'm a above average person. You know what I mean? And I covered the rest of my wall with Flex magazine cutouts of Ronnie Coleman, Flex Wheeler, Jay Cutler, um, all the greats, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Lee
My
Haney.
mom, yeah, yep, yes, sir.
There we go.
My mother brought me that same Christmas, the Arnold Schwarzenegger book of bodybuilding, and it basically became my life. You know what I mean? Working out, um, getting strong. But I got a lot of other things from that book other than just my sexy ass physique. I mean, um, it taught me how to think a little my thinking patterns. It definitely taught me how to treat my body, how to respect my body, even though, living a rock star life and a fighter life at the same time. I've had moments where I've been disrespectful to my body, but I've always backdoor turned around to put it back in order. You know what I mean? I mean,
Right.
I mean, I've had some tough holidays as a kid. I remember going holidays without getting anything. One
That's
particular
what my
holiday,
next question was. Tell me about a time maybe you went without and what that was like.
one particular Christmas, man, it was horrible. Our house burned down a week before Christmas.
Oh
Uh,
no.
the tree caught fire. The house burned. I mean, big ass hole in the middle. I remember getting off the school bus and the fire trucks were there, and I was like, "No, that can't be." Yeah, it was. We had a space heater in the bathroom. My mom or somebody left a can like a hairspray in there. I
Hmm.
think. I mean, the tree ignited. I mean, we lost everything. But you know what's crazy? That my mom worked for the city of Kenner at the time, and you know, back then, man, it was. And I say back then like it was that long ago, but it was good to see people come together when people lost
Hmm.
things and people try to help others. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of my best memories, even though it was so tragic because I watched my mom cry and panic and was devastated because she thought we wouldn't have a Christmas. And my dad, I mean, he was probably the best person in my life, and he done a lot of things that we didn't see. You know what I mean? And I learned that at his funeral when we saw so many people show up. And what was happening behind the scenes was my dad was helping people free of charge, and, helping people that couldn't afford work done around their house. And that year we lost everything. It kind of showed. It paid out because what was so tragic turned out to be probably one of the best Christmases ever because so many people gave gifts. We had more gifts than my parents would ever buy us. They couldn't afford that. And we actually ended up, I mean, shit, I had probably 24 footballs and a couple of dozen basketballs. But you know what? It was the thought that counted to me because the family without and the help the way they did. I mean, that's what life's supposed to be about. You know what I mean? Everybody's so stuck and worried about knocking each other down and trying to beat each other at something. What are we really fighting for?
Yeah. If you had to, maybe it's your dad, I don't know, but if you had to close your eyes and associate one person from your life with the holiday season, who would that person be?
It would
For me,
definitely
it's my
be.
grandmother.
For me, it would be probably my grandparents, my dad. Um, I know since my grandparents been gone, like the family hasn't been the same. Um, we don't really get together as much. A lot of family members are afraid to speak on it, but it's the truth. You know what I mean? It's the horrible truth. We went from having family reunions every 2 years to nothing. During the holidays, I remember my grandparents had these the vinyls, and they would put the records on and they would play Christmas music pretty much the whole month of December. I remember being in this very room right here as a kid, sleeping on a sofa bed. I was about maybe 4 or 5, and they would make us go to bed early so that they can go hide the gifts.
Yep.
And yeah, one particular time, my bad ass, I remember catching them putting the gifts under the tree, and because I was trying to really catch Santa Claus, see who's eating the cookies. And my grandma Thelma, she caught me and she's like, "Get your little ass back in that bed." And it's crazy because like I can still hear her voice.
I'm gonna guess that you were a gift shaker and possibly an early gift unwrapper. Is that the case?
Yeah, we always try to negotiate for that first gift the night before, and it always worked, man. But you know what? When we were really little, me and my two brothers, chilling in the moon, we had some pretty cool Christmas.
Yeah, I I definitely can relate to what you just said, Melvin. I when I was 13 years old, Christmas and Thanksgiving were 30 people at my grandmother's house, and nowadays it's my immediate family and maybe my mother. So I can it same thing, absolutely. Why do you think that is? I've
I
wondered
would,
in my own life. It just gets easier to not contact after.
I don't know, man. I can't speak for your family, but I know for mine, it's just we've always been a pretty tight knit family, But over the years, the loss of my grandmother at 18, the loss of my grandfather at 23, I just feel like everybody's just trying to jock for position. Um, to me, none of them will ever amount to the leaders that my grandfather and grandmother were. Never. Um, and I don't say that to disrespect anybody, but they don't have the backbone that
Yeah.
my grandparents. And I think it shows. Everybody's afraid to say what's on their mind, and I remember my great grandmother, my grand, she always taught us to speak up, speak up, speak our mind. And the sad part is, some of our older uncles and aunts, I mean, I'm pretty sure they learned it before I did, but I can remember it like it was yesterday. But it seems like everybody's forgotten the things that we were installed. You know, the way we were raised, and you know, the respect, and you know, I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's horrible. You know what I mean? Like for me, I don't have kids, so the holidays don't really feel like the holidays anymore for me. You know, I don't have my own family.
Right. You can come hang out with me, Melvin.
You know what? I missed a lot of holidays being away, you know, chasing my dream, you know, and I always felt like, damn, what am I missing? You know, to come home and be home, like to come home to this, it's kind of, I don't know. I prefer, to be honest, I prefer to be sitting in prison for another 2 years.
I understand, man. I do. Um, what's one holiday dish that you cannot live without?
My dad, seafood bell peppers.
Okay, explain that to me. Is it like a regular stuffed bell pepper?
But yeah, stuffing with shrimp and crab meat.
Ooh.
My mom, she really perfected it over the years. She was able to duplicate it. Um, but my pops, man, his cooking is all gone in one day. My mom always leftovers.
People eat leftovers too.
Yeah, that's something, a lot of leftovers, bro.
All right. Talk to me about the number 13. What it means and the reason we're here today. What are you doing down in Kenner?
Well, 13 is actually my favorite number. It's been since I was young. People always associate it with bad luck. And because people always told me I couldn't do it, or I wouldn't amount to nothing, or whatever. You know, people that doubted me. Um, you know, I took 13 as, if I'm so unlucky, let's see how I turn this unlucky number into something that's worth, you know, that's worth betting on, you know. And
Mhm.
I don't know, even in wrestling, high school wrestling, you know, I was always the underdog throughout my UFC career. I mean, I'm always the underdog, you know. I think even as the middle of 7 children, I I still feel like I'm the underdog. You know, I'm always underestimated. You know, but yet here I am. You know, I move mountains when needed. You know what I mean? And that's how my pops was. You know, I might not be able to move them all the time, but the fight never is. You know what I mean? And for me, it'll die with me. You know, I'll be a fighter for the rest of my life. You know, just because I'm not competing in the cage or the ring, or you know, enjoying all the accolades and the titles and the fame. Um, I rather enjoy this. You know, I didn't think I was going to enjoy retirement, but I'm really loving it. I love it a lot more than I thought. You know, because I figured now it's time to fight in a different way. You know, be helping others and being selfless. Because I know a lot of people need reminders, but my family, especially both sides, need to be reminded of it. You know what I mean? It's sad. It's the sad truth, man. But you know, I see too many families destroyed because of jealousy and envy. Um, I mean, what do you think if we all stuck together, we have more? You know what I mean? Logically, I mean,
Mhm.
even in the world, if everybody stuck together, who knows what we can accomplish? You know what I mean? But everybody comes together when it's a death in the family or something bad happens. You know,
Mhm.
when great things are happening, it's like people are jealous of it because they figure, oh, why did they do that? Or I've actually had family members literally try to like outshine me when I'm not even trying to shine. It has nothing to do with anything but just helping people, helping others. You know what I mean? Like take the time out of your life, just 5 minutes to just tell somebody you love them. You know what I mean? It's not much, you know, and that shit goes a long way.
Hmm. Absolutely. Um, the 13 families that you're working with. Explain what you're doing for them.
Well,
Kind of how this whole thing
okay.
came together.
No, my bad. Yeah, my bad. So the 13, man, is also um it's a bittersweet day for me.
Hmm.
My pops, you know, he was my best friend, and he died November 13th.
Okay.
And my brother's birthday is November 12th. My mom is the 14th. My pops died right between their birthdays. It just happened to be on my lucky number. So um, I think he was ready to say his goodbyes. My dad knew it was my lucky number. And um, we could have probably taken him to the hospital and probably saved him, you know, whatever the case was, you know. And I don't really want to relive the thought of it. But I think me personally, I feel like he left on the 13th on purpose. You know, I was he passed on a Monday, and I'll never forget it. That's when we had the FEMA trailers, you know, and I was in the FEMA trailer with my best friend Opie and a couple of chicks, and we was hanging out, and he showed up, and it was a Wednesday night. We was getting ready to go to Techno Club, and he came in, and it was a weird conversation, but I was just so caught up in my own shit, I didn't even pay attention to him saying goodbye. But it kind of went a little like, you know, telling me to take care of my mom, take care of my sisters. Um, my brothers, they're men, but, you know, be there for them if they need you. And always have, you know, even when I barely had anything, I would always choose them over even my wives. Um, but I don't know, man, you know, when your best friend tells you to do something, you know, you want to honor that. So lately, recently, more recently than the last maybe 4 or 5 years, I can say my mom and my brothers and sisters and all 25 of my nieces and nephews can have a great holiday, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not taking all the credit for that, you know, I'm just gonna put it out there like this. I'm never gonna stop fighting for what I believe in, but for my family.
Hmm.
And I don't know, helping others, it just means more. Um, my bad, bro.
No, you're okay, Melvin.
It means more to me.
Gotcha. Um, you want me to give you a minute, Melvin?
No, no, we good.
Okay.
Keep going, but it's all good, man. Um, I don't know, man. It's like I always consider myself a warrior. You know, it's just how I'm bred. I'm born this way. Um, even when some people might take it as cocky or arrogant, I take it as a young boy that's trying to find his way. And I found my way at a young age, you know, and I knew I was better than everybody else. I knew I was better than all my cousins, all my brothers and sisters. You know, and they're great at what they're great at. But I was just a special breed, man, and it showed. You know, and that's not that's not a jab at anybody in the family, but I stand above all. You know what I mean? And that's my mindset. I manifest it. I breathe it. I live it. And you know, my grandfather, my papa, he was one of those type of men, you know what I mean? And my grandma even, you know, even the women in my family, most are stronger than most men, you know what I mean? Ironically. But like there's not there's not a weak female in my family that I could think of offhand, you know what I mean? The women are pretty strong in this family. But unfortunately, I just feel like everybody's just kind of on their own page, you know what I mean? And giving back to the community, helping people. You know, I think for me, I can only speak for myself. You know, I went a lot of years being selfish and
Hmm.
traveling the world and indulging in my wives and having just the greatest life. And that I mean, there were holidays where I didn't even call home. You know, they FaceTime me. I'm in Miami at my crib, and I'm on the golf course early in the morning in t-shirt and shorts. You know, in golf gear. They bundled up in big old winter coats, and you know, it's just I don't know. And for me, it's just that was the lifestyle. You know, that was my life, and I loved it. I still love it. You know, I love everything I've accomplished. I've loved every failure. You know, you can't measure success without a failure. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I guess the more people keep betting against me and they making me the 500 to 1 underdog in their life, you know, the more people gonna understand that that's my drive, man. Like,
Hmm.
you know, the word can't, no, sorry, does not exist in my life. You know what I mean? My pops always taught me a sorry person be a sorry motherfucker. You tell yourself you can't do one thing, you're gonna tell yourself you can't do a lot of things.
Hmm.
If you tell me no, then I'm gonna take that as just straight up selfishness because if I love you and care for you, I would never tell you no. So why should you tell me no? You know, my pops always
Hmm.
taught me that, so it's just stuck with me. I use it in my
Right.
relationships. I use it in, you know, intimate relationships. You know, friends, family. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. You know, I hold on to things. You know, like I hold grudges. You know what I mean? I love revenge. You know what I mean? And some people may think it sounds crazy or messed up, but I don't
I
because
understand it.
look at what happens. You know, if everybody everybody is in chaos rules the world. In my mind and in how I feel, I have that same chaos, but mine is just more controlled. You know what I mean? It's more
Hmm.
discipline to it. You know, that's what makes me the apex. You know, that's what makes me the alpha. You know what I mean? And holiday time, man, like people need to be mindful of that. You know, people out here Friday coming up, people out there shopping, and people having road rage. You know what I mean? You gotta think about all the people that don't have too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've been blessed to give out a ton of turkeys. I want to do something big for Christmas as well. And it was easy. It was an easy decision. I sacrificed wanting that Ferrari. And I'm gonna get Rari eventually, but it'll
I was
come.
looking at the pictures.
It'll come when I'm
Hmm.
supposed to have it. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be that. It's gonna be that car. It's not gonna be any other car. You know what I mean? The price actually just went back up on it, so it's kind of weird. But I sacrificed something I wanted so bad for months. I spoke about that car, and everybody on this planet know I wanted it. But at the end of the day, man, it's just a car. Like everybody said, it's just a car. Yeah, it is. It's something I want, um, but it's not a need. You know what I mean? I put needs before wants, and I just felt like I needed to help people. In my neighborhood, there's a lot of families, a lot of Hispanic families. There's still Black families that I see a bunch of kids walking home from school all the time. My old elementary school,
Hmm.
and their moms holding babies in their arm, pushing babies in the carriage while walking two kids from school. I mean, it's crazy, but I pay attention to it. You know what I mean? I see it. I see things, and it don't bother me, but it worries me. You know what I mean? Like a lot
Right.
of people just don't have. You know what I mean? And before I go spend $100,000 on a Ferrari, I'd rather take that $100,000 and just split it between everybody that need. Family
Oh yeah,
included.
man.
So that was my decision to live with. And I mean, it wasn't the whole 100, but it's up there. You know what I mean? But I sleep better at night, and I feel
Hmm.
great. You know what I mean? And, I mean, I got the house today. I own my third home in my life. So
Hell yeah, man.
I've had a lot of setbacks. You know what I'm saying? But and there's going to be more. You know what I mean? It happens, but it's how you bounce back from everything, adversity.
Hmm.
Somebody telling you can't, or somebody telling you they sorry, or somebody telling you that you ain't shit. You know what I mean? Nobody's ever literally told Melvin Guillard he ain't shit. I mean, they might think it, they might say it to each other, But I swear on my daddy, my grandmother, my grandpa, and God himself, not a man, not a woman, not a child on this earth has ever looked me in my face and told me how they truly feel about me. And with that being said, it tells you why I'm the person I am and why I believe in myself as much as I do. Because truth be told, I'm not perfect. I'm no angel. I've never, I never fucked over anybody who didn't deserve it. I never pissed or shit on anybody who didn't deserve it. And I've been doing a lot of that these last few weeks. And I've really been enjoying it. But at the same time, while helping people who really deserve it, you know what I mean? Like some people just don't deserve your respect. Um, and that's just where I'm at in life, you know. But disrespect deserves my attention, you know, my undivided attention. And it's a savage world we live in, right? So, you know, you either predator or prey. You know what I mean? Most people rather get on their knees and actually pray. Not me. You know what I mean?
How how can people, you said you were going to do the same thing at Christmas. How can people maybe who are in need in the area reach out to you or get in touch
Well,
with you?
well, I try to do something for just the people who are here close.
Okay.
But what I want to do for Christmas, you know, I know kids like iPods and all that electronic stuff. So um, it'll be hard to try to buy all that and then pass it around. So what I want to do is for the first 20 families, I'm gonna that contacts that watches this, no matter where you're at in the United States. The first 20 families, I'm gonna send them $100 to at least help out a little bit for their Christmases. As
Oh
far as
yeah.
locally right here at home, um, I'm actually gonna probably take 10,000 of this money and just go buy a bunch of toys. And I mean like little kids' toys, you know.
Hmm.
I mean, if you got like 16, 17, 18-year old, I mean, you know, they want iPhones and stuff. That's not my field house. That's not my league. But you got if you got little bitty kids, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, um, I just want to go and do like a little Santa shopping and just buy $10,000 worth of toys. You know what I mean? And come right here in the neighborhood and just pass them out. Um, if person got 4, 5 kids, they get 4, 5 toys. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be a stickler and be like, oh, one family, one toy. Some people have 4 kids. My sister have 6 of her own. You know what I mean? So I know how it is to have a big family. So I just, and I'm not doing this for recognition. I'm not doing this for what people might look at like, oh, he's just trying to show off. Now, if I wanted to show off, I go to the strip club and go throw, 20 grand, had a
I feel
great
like you're
time.
trying to lead by example.
Look, man, I had a great time a few nights ago with, I can't say who, but had a blast, can't say how much I spent, but you know what? If I could go and have fun like that, to celebrate myself, why not celebrate others? You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
10 grand, not gonna hurt. Plus, I mean, really, truth be told, I actually hit the Caesar Casino, Harris. I hit him the first night for 4 grand. I hit him the second night for 2, and then last night I hit him for another 8,000. You know what I mean? So, really, truthfully, it's not even the money that was inherited to me. So,
Yeah.
if anybody's wondering about telling me how to spend my money, which the next motherfucker that does, I probably will punch him in the back of their fucking head. But it was not money from my retirement. It was money that I won. And if I want to give away every penny of it to make somebody else happy, then so be it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
That's the
that's where
best
I'm
thing to
at.
do with one earning money you win.
Man, look, I took care of my mom first, of course. Mother comes first before all my brothers, my sisters, all of my nieces and nephews. Family first, right?
Yep.
Um, my auntie, I gotta give her a shout out. My auntie Jerry, she does my taxes. I hadn't done my taxes in years, and she cleaned it up. The IRS actually owed me 10 grand right now. Those fucking assholes. But I I brought tears to her eyes, man. I gave her something that nobody else would. And in that
Hmm.
situation, that was a taking the shit on everybody because she's such a great woman. She does a lot for everybody. She's always sick in and out of the hospital. And she's very smart. And what I gave her, she deserved. You know what I mean? And I'll do it all over again. You know, I'm just having this urge to just want to just give everything away. You know what I mean? Like everybody felt like, you're not gonna get back to where you gotta go. And I was practically homeless maybe 2, 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping on TV couches, bro. Like really. I mean, if it wasn't for that, I'd be on the street. So I take my hat off to friends and families that adopted me. All the years that I lived away from home. Spending Christmases with some of my Hispanic families. A lot of times, and yeah, there was people that looked out for me. Gave me shelter in the cold, and I don't know, man. I just before I spend it on myself, I'll give it away. You know what I mean? It's not that important. You know why? Because people like me, fighters like me, warriors like me, we're gonna find a way to get back. You know what I mean? Life is about winning and losing, living and dying. Those four things gonna happen no matter what you do. So I'm gonna live this life. I'm not worried about my next life or the afterlife. I don't give two fucks about it. I'm a ride this motherfucker till the wheels fall off though. And I'm gonna do it my way just like my pops asked me to. But I'm a
There you go.
respect. I'm gonna respect everyone who deserves my respect. Um, because that's the man I am. I don't have to be disrespectful to 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 have respect. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I don't know. Like I just feel like it was meant for me to do this. I guess my fight is in a different ring now.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm enjoying it. I went out this weekend with my friend Chantel, and I graduated with her, and she's an amazing person. Always have been. We've been friends since middle school, high school, um, and we just reconnected. And she's really big into church, and church is not really my field house either. But um, me and her make a strong team. She's the yin to my yang right now. I help them with their turkey drive, with their church, and I don't know, man. I just feel really different. Right, I feel good, but I can't explain it. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's something I'm supposed to do. There's something just keep telling me like
Mhm.
help others. So
That's
I mean
awesome, man.
that's where I'm at in life.
Hell yeah. Turkey or ham? What do you like better?
Turkey. I like
Turkey.
turkey. I like both, but I rather turkey because it's just when it's cooked right. My brothers, my family is
Mhm.
pretty good at it. My family, we got a lot of great cooks in this family, but my brothers, even my mom, they make a damn good turkey. It's like real juicy. It's not dry. Um, so I would say turkey. Ham sometimes can be overpowering. It can be too sweet.
Mhm. Okay. Uh, this next question is obviously a hypothetical. It can't possibly happen. But in a fantasy world, who wins in an MMA match between Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman, and why?
I say Rudolph because he'll run. Right, all you gotta do is charge him up, take like shoot a double leg, and that motherfucker just put bunch of butts. You know what I'm saying? His carrot over here, one of his eyes over there, his stick. You know what I'm saying? His little wig over there. Rudolph's gonna snatch his fucking wig off. So yeah, I think Rudolph. I
I
mean,
was
hey,
thinking the nose glowing.
I saw a clip on YouTube of a man in a deer blind, and a deer whipped his ass out of it. So that tells you right there. That was he was a fat guy too. That was the snowman. That was Rudolph. And he got up on two legs and beat the brakes off this guy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit. If animals can fight back, I mean, shit, why can't we, right?
That's right. All right. What's the best Christmas movie ever?
Shit, Christmas Story, Ralphie, man. I'm gonna shoot your eye out. For me, it
There
is
we
because
go.
right, my grandma Thelma actually brought us those Red Ryder BB guns when we were kids, man. And dude,
Mhm.
that's crazy. Like we used to go up to the country out in La Place where we had acres of freaking pecan trees, and we'll go pick pecans for my grandma, my great grandmother, my grand my aunts, and I mean we'll fill up. probably 10 5-gallon buckets, right?
Mhm.
And after we were done, it didn't take long because this property produced every time you walk or drive, because you're stepping on pecans. We had hard shell and soft shell, so we had two versions of the tree,
Mhm.
And I never forget it, man. It was like rows of them, and it was amazing. And my grandmother, um, just after we were done, she let us break out our BB guns. Well, when we was home right here in Kenner, she wouldn't let us break out the BB guns. We had to be up in the country because she didn't want
Mhm.
us playing around the cars, whatever. So my little mischievous ass finds a way to pick the lock on the water spigot, get the guns, go out. But I grew up with a tree house right across the street, big redwood,
Mhm.
and I would zip line to my clubhouse, 2-story
Okay.
clubhouse. My dad, bro, my dad was a mastermind, bro, and that's probably where my creative mind come from. Well, I went and hijacked that BB gun. You know what I'm saying? Man, when my grandma found out of all the grandkids, out of all of us, you know what I'm saying? I'm number two of I think 13, 14, something like that. Bro, how would you honestly just out the rip just say that I did it or I took it? You know what I'm saying? She just knew it was me. Um, I guess I was the black sheep, the one, I mean, I'm a risk taker now. I take risks now. Um, I'm not afraid to take a loss because shit, I'm not afraid to win. You know what I'm saying? It's most people that they won't take a loss because
Mhm.
they never gonna try to win at anything. They trying to just settle. And I'm not a
Yeah.
settler. And I'm not a chooser, you know what I'm saying? Out here we call it choosing ass niggas. Excuse my language, but I don't ever make me choose between one of y'all. I choose both. You know what I'm saying? Why choose when I can have both? And don't tell me what I can't have because I'm telling you right now, I can have whatever the fuck I want. You know what I mean? It's all or nothing would be, you know what I mean? But yeah, my grandma, she beat the shit out of me that day, man. My grandfather, I love him, I miss him, but I was the only grandchild he ever had to whip. And he cried the whole time, man.
Oh
Because
no.
I stole his pocket knife and I went down the street to the sweet shop lady. Um, and she didn't give me all my change, she didn't give me all my snacks. And so I cut her tires.
Oh.
Me, me and my best friend Chad Bailey. I never forget this. And Chad, Mr. Tattletale, he just couldn't hold it. He just couldn't shut the fuck up. And he went to singing like a canary, man. The one and true only friend I've ever like quote unquote, like, maybe or maybe I didn't, cannot confirm or deny. I may have done, a crime, committed some kind of like would have been a felony back then. Was my best friend Sean Barrow, man. And to this day, he's my day one. We all in the same group, but I mean, you couldn't break us, man. We got interrogated for hours. Couldn't break us. My boy Chad, Miss Rose come out down the street, his mom, that boy couldn't wait to tell. I mean, it's crazy. Crazy. Over a little kitty misdemeanor. We're kids, bro. Like the worst gonna happen, we get ass whooping. Man, I caught two. My grandfather and my mom. I would have rather fought my mom's first though. But
Right. Yeah.
I remember in one of my early interviews in the UFC, they asked me, "Man, how could you be so young starting out the fight? And, you standing up toe to toe." Well, when you grew up in a house where Paula Gillard, the mama assassin, yeah, she give herself that title, and she never fell short of blessings of ass whoopings, you know. And I asked her to this day, now that she's a preacher, I'm like, what happened to spare the child, spare the rod? Back then it was all
Mhm.
hands on, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, spare the child, fuck all that. Kick their ass just like you kick my ass, you know what I mean? I'm for real. Like my brothers, total pussy to ass whoopings. I'm telling you, anytime I can take an ass whooping from my mom, literally, and lay there, and then she let them up and make me stay, let her catch her breath, and then continue to whoop my ass. I mean, I had no choice but to be a fucking legendary fighter. I mean, come on, bro.
Right.
Come on, man. I mean, look, it was what she was doing rounds on me, bro. Round two. She never got the three though, but she did rounds one and two.
Man, I could tell you some similar stories. Rubbermaid spatulas, wooden spoons,
Uh,
fly
oh,
swatters,
oh,
ping pong
oh.
paddles.
My dad was a contractor, so imagine the shit he brought me.
Oh, and the
Yeah.
hands too. His hands, I
Oh man,
bet, were hard as a rock.
But my dad had big old, he had ET figures. He had big old fucking not like for real. Like he had like little light bulbs on the tip of his fingers.
Damn, damn. What are you going into this holiday season? We got Thanksgiving here in just a few days, and then Christmas. What are you thankful for?
um, I'm just thankful for the fact that I have the heart that I have, man. And I'm the man that my grandparents and my father and my mother have expected me to be. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I think a lot of people probably downplay it a little bit, but like I said earlier, I'm an above average person, man. I'm thankful that, all my years of hard work, everything that all my failures, all my success, it led to this moment. You know what I'm saying? I lost everything twice, pretty much down there bankrupt, lost the wives at the same time. And I don't know, for some reason, it's like I'm just getting everything back. You know what I mean? I'm getting it back with force. You know what I mean? I'm taking what I want. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that I have that type of attitude, mentality, because even at my lowest, when everybody was kicking me while I was down or counting me out, um, as tough and hard as it was, to keep my poker face and not let them see me weak or hit. Um, I think I'm standing here stronger now than I ever was, at the age of 42. And like, I'm not taking no more L's, man. I got a crumpled up dollar in my piggy bank right there. From when I got out of prison, it was actually a brand new dollar. And my pops always said a man should always keep at least $1 in his pocket so you never dig down in your pockets and feel lit. Well, I've had a lot of days like that this past year where I was really feeling lit. Reached out to reached out to some uncles and some aunts, um, family members that I know could have helped. They did. And it is what it is. I mean, they have their reasons. I don't care. Um, but those reasons by itself is why I'm thankful that I get to shit and piss on everybody accordingly. Because I'm a very remorseful person, but I am all about vengeance. I'm all about taking shit and pisses on people that deserve it. And people that I don't even know probably just been an hour ago, I'll give them the shirt off my back. But some of these family members, I wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire. And that's just how I feel. So I'm thankful that I have the mentality that I have, because only a weak-minded, insecure, like lesser of a man would ever feel like you owe them something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm at the point in my life where if I'm not gonna be getting paid to fight, I might as well be thankful that I can charge people for conversations, because had we not had this conversation, had I not spoke to my therapist an hour before this conversation and started counting to 10 like I was learning, then your life will probably be shortened, ended, or tragically fucked up. So because we're having this conversation, it's the same thing as if I was in the ring fighting, right? So might as well pay me for the conversation. And even the thought of me giving you a pass goes a long way right now. But it feels good to just walk away and not be so violent all the time. But man, it's so hard to let that shit go, man. It's like all I know. I'm great at that shit. I mastered it. I mastered it. I perfected it. Like, I made it my own too. You know what I mean? I didn't copycat nobody. YA has his own goddamn style. Take it or leave it, right?
Oh yeah, I love it, Melvin. Um, for the viewers, if you want to be part of what Melvin's doing for the community or across the country, I believe is what you said, right?
Yes, sir. Across the country,
Okay.
bro. The
When I
first 20
post this, go ahead.
the first 20 families that reach out and hit me on Facebook, Instagram, in my inbox, uh, will be the first 20 families that I send $100 to for the holidays. And
Okay.
we're gonna start that. Matter of fact, so people know I'm not bullshitting. Got the cash right here. I'm gonna start.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna start the actual giveaway um, right after Thanksgiving. I'll be posting. Everybody just pay attention to my posts. You know what I mean? I've never been quiet about anything, so I'll make it loud and very Melvin-ish.
There we go. I was going to say, once I post on YouTube, I'll keep an eye on the comment section too, and if anyone reaches out in there, I'll let you know.
Another thing I want to mention while I'm saying that, I'm gonna say that to say this. I had this one particular shirt that out of 23 shirts in my career was like my top seller, sold all over the world. Um, you already know this because you had a hand in this. You helped me get this shirt back. You helped me reinvent it, remastered it. I also had a guy named Mr. Rodney. He's a phenomenal artist. He redrew the artwork. I actually lost that artwork. It was Stephen Bonner and them who did it.
Oh,
I know
wow.
he passed, and he's a really close friend of mine. Well, I'm going to make probably 100 of these shirts. Um, they're only going to be sold to those with signature, and I'm going to mark the price up only because I'm going to give some of that money to charity. But the shirt will go for $70. U.S. international, it will be $100. You know what I mean? And pretty cool design. You guys will love it. I've seen this shirt all the way over in Japan. I've seen a bunch of them in the UK. Like I've been places and I've seen the shirt in Dubai, which was weird because it had Osama bin Laden on it. So I was very uncomfortable knowing that somebody had my shirt on there. You know, it was actually in the outdoor flea market. You know what I'm saying? Which was weird as fuck. Yeah, of all places. You know. So yeah, you know, I mean, it was probably my favorite shirt of all, and I want to also donate some of the money to Stephen Bonner's family. So yeah, because that shirt wouldn't have been. It was my thoughts, my idea, but it was Stephen who actually made it come to life. So you know, I miss him, bro. But I don't know.
That's awesome,
I guess
man.
we're retirement. I'm becoming a little softy, but you know what? I'll take this any day.
The not as young assassin.
Hey, man, hey, somebody don't call me the middle-aged assassin, they won't lose their teeth. You know what I'm saying?
No, I would
Like,
never
hey,
say that.
I'm not you, not somebody, and I've had people do this. So, you know, once the young assassin, always the young assassin. You know, I was 14 when I gave myself my name. Some guys, they go their whole life and they let others name them. Well, when you let someone name you, like I named my dog Deuce, Deuce is my property. He's my dog. If you let someone name you, then that makes you their property. It's like a pimp with their hoe. You know, they name their hoes, right? I would never let someone else name me. My name came about because I was literally 14 years old when I started fighting and doing amateur. And when I was in the gym, you know, kicking all these grown ass guys' asses, I was a child. I was a kid. I mean, fuck, I barely probably pubic hair. And I don't know. It just kind of, you know, when you name something, it has to come to you. Well, for me, young assassin, the young assassin, people don't pay attention to the young assassin, which means I'm the young assassin. I'm that one. I'm that motherfucker.
The one.
I'm a young assassin, even if I'm in my 90s and 99 and I'm about to croak over. I'm gonna die the young assassin. I'm gonna always and forever be YA. You know what I'm saying? People I always ask me, what did that stand for? It could be your ass. You know what I'm saying? It could be you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I throw shit out there because people like to just be disrespectful in like the craziest ways. You know, nobody named me. My pops didn't even name me. You know what I'm saying? I named myself. You know what I mean? I'm nobody's property. So a lot of people need to put that in perspective. You know,
Right.
when they challenge me or they try to play with me or take my name. You know, I have a lot of young assassins out there. You know, in the fight game, and you know what? I'm a trendsetter, and just like I looked up to Kevin Randall with my idol, they got kids and fighters out there that look up to me. So I'm not knocking it. Just know if you take that name, you gotta put something behind it.
You better wear it right.
Hey, wear it right or don't wear it at all. Because my birthday suit is my best fight suit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing worse than you getting beat up by a butt naked ass Melvin Guillard. And you know, you go for a takedown and my big ass weenies just slap you in the top of the head. You cannot tell nobody about that fight. Just saying, hey, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Even when I was in prison, look, it came off as a joke, but I was so serious. if I was just a little bit curious about being gay, just curious, like the thought of it, right? Imagine the shit that I could have done to people in prison. I can knock you out or choke you out or do both. Nobody can hear you scream or nothing because the yell is muffled, you know, because when I hit or choke you, I know exactly what I'm doing. You know how many guys that I could have just man raped in prison? You know what I'm saying? Just the thought of that is mind-boggling because they had no earthly idea how dangerous I was and the danger that they present themselves with. You know, it's like being around a serial killer in your neighborhood and you not know shit that he is, but he got 15, 20 bodies in the freezer. Well, I could have been bodying motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So people should also remember to be mindful of that. You know what I'm saying? Before they start talking shade over Facebook, cousin Kelvin, I'm just gonna drop that. And guess what? He's a cop of all things. Ain't that a bitch? I don't know. That just kind of slipped out, man.
Which takes me into my next question. do you have a favorite Christmas sweater picked out yet?
Nah, man, but I got two. I got two. I didn't really go for the ugly sweater. You know, I'm Mel. I'm Mel. So me, I was in Houston last week. I'm actually going again Thursday, but I was in Tilly's and I got a 8-ball t-shirt. He's got the 8-ball.
Okay.
Not just the sweater. I think I'm gonna rock that one because everybody go for the ugly sweater, right? So why would you want to put something ugly on this? I'm just
Exactly.
saying. You know? That's like me buying a Ferrari when I get and I kick a dent in the fucking door and I try to valet park it in the front of the fucking club. You just don't do that. You know what I
Like
mean?
bubble wrapping a peacock.
So while everybody's repping their ugly sweater, I'm gonna keep it clean and cut, man. You know what I mean?
There you
Shit. So
go. Melvin, I'm out of questions, man. Is there anything else you want to talk about or anyone you'd like to shout out?
nah, man. I just want everybody to know, man. Like when you feeling down and out, or you just feel like everything's just coming to an end, or you just can't go forward. Just know there's somebody else that's probably worse off. I mean, so stop making it so easy to be a quitter. You know, so, man, I take pride in that. I've never quit nothing in my life, not even a relationship. I got a clean record. I've never quit anything, man. For real. I mean,
I believe
think
you.
about it. People quit so much. People are so used to, so comfortable with just being losers. You know what I mean? Maybe my winning mentality and attitude might rub people the wrong way, but at the end of the day, shit, you mad at a winner. So who really the fuck is you? You know what I mean? But yeah, man, you guys be on the lookout for these shirts. Right after Thanksgiving, I'll start making my posts. First 20 families. And man, look, let's be fair. Make it 20 families that actually need it, man. Because I'm not trying to check nobody's bank account. I'm gonna trust you guys like y'all trust me, man. And if you taking this money and you don't need it, then who's really the piece of shit? You know what I mean? Like that's not cool. Like there's
Yeah,
families
they
that
got to
need,
live with it.
there's families that need this. You know what I mean? Let's make it right. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
don't don't do what y'all normally do. You know what I'm saying? Think differently. You know what I'm
That's hilarious. Don't be your normal self this holiday season, you piece of shit.
saying?
Melvin, man, I had a blast again. Same as last time, I'll get this uploaded and I'll send you a copy, man. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for what you're doing in the
Hey, bro.
community. Not everybody does that, and I salute you.
I got my axes. You know what I'm saying? All of them autographed.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
This one I'm stockpiling. Your three. Let me show you your three real quick. Your three is
Okay.
done. I will be sending them out when I get back from Houston. So this is the first one. This is the big one. So you got this
Holy,
here. All
that's
right.
so awesome, dude.
This is the first one. I actually have three coming to you because it's a set.
Okay.
This is the second one. Just the middle.
Hell yeah,
You know what I'm
dude.
saying? And then I'm gonna give you baby boy. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
My official signature. I actually started with my T agreement. I practiced on the others first before I did these because I know you wanted to hang them in your shop. But
Mhm.
I took the TIG ring and I traced it out, and my boss actually taught me. I've been working on my welding skills, so it's actually teaching me how to use my hands right. So
Mhm.
I took it and made it work for myself. But I'm proud of it. I'm proud of these, and I can't wait to see them hanging in your studio. And
They
yeah,
will be,
man,
I
it's.
promise you.
I mean, dude, I really put my foot in these, man. I kind of surprised myself a little bit. Hey, and they are real weapons. They are sharp, bro. These are very sharp. So I'm just letting
I
you know
believe you.
that. I'm not gonna see you. Hey, I'm not gonna see dog axe and then somebody break in our studio. You know what I'm saying? They feel like, oh, it was just wall art. I'm gonna have these things all over my house. People gonna think it's just all on the wall. I promise you.
That's awesome, man.
Found them everywhere, bro. They everywhere. Hey, look, they even got my name on. I'm gonna take a finger first, then a hand, then a foot.
The cartel edition.
Yeah, hey, man, it's been great, man. It's always great. You know me, my phone's always on for you, bro. Tap in whenever.
Yes, sir. Have a great Thanksgiving. If I don't talk to you before then, get yourself
Now
a full belly, man.
you hear from me. You hear from me.
Okay. All right, man. Have a great rest of your
I
night, Melvin. Take care.
love you, my bro. Later.
Love you too, buddy. Take care. That was fun. uh, Melvin blows my mind. There's I should do more in my community. Good job, Melvin. Thank you guys for tuning in again. Sorry, just got a little caught up in the moment. Um, Next few days, we'll have a couple announcements as far as upcoming interviews. I want to shout out HKA USA, Fighter's Choice, Podcaster's Choice for gear. Um, yeah, if you are anywhere out there and want something, need something for the holiday season, and Melvin Guillard is there. Surprising. I'm not exactly sure. Um, I, I guess just message me on YouTube. I'll take your word for it. That's what Melvin said to do. So that's what I'll do. If you or your family need some help this holiday season, give me a shout on the other side of Mike G podcast, only on YouTube. We'll see if we can get that taken care of for you. Have a great rest of your night, guys. Take care.